Hi guys, welcome back to X2Z Garage, and in today's video we are going to be working on the old 87 Mustang. It is up on the lift right now because we're going to be draining the fluids out of it, well, the radiator fluid, because we have a brand new SVE aluminum radiator.
Yeah, we picked it up from late model restoration. It should be a pretty simple switch. It's supposedly set up for a Fox body. And on the end it says 79 through 93 Mustang. So hopefully that works. You guys haven't seen the underside of this car, so we wanted to show you how pristine this thing actually is. If you look up here, there's like no rust anywhere. There's been no framework or anything done to this. The worst is like a little bit of surface rust on this stuff. It's mostly dirt. And the exhaust, you know, someone did a hack job on that. So someday we're gonna replace it from the cat's back. But there is like literally these floorboards. There's no rust anywhere. The rocker panels, just solid as can be. There's nothing. Original brake lines, fuel lines. This is all original pipe. You can see it's still shiny. I mean, we do have the rear main that's starting to leak that we're gonna fix when we replace the clutch. We have a new clutch and throwout bearing and pressure plate and all that stuff, so someday you'll see a video on that. I mean, it doesn't need it right now, but
Down the road, possible.
if we gotta go to do the rear main, we might as well replace that while we're at it. But yeah, there is like nothing on this car that's it's mint. Be hard to find a Fox body in this condition nowadays, especially in Michigan, because everything up here just rots right out. You can see the original color through the undercoating where they didn't get it so great. But yeah, like this is the most just dirty surface rust. And I think that's on top of the undercoating. It's from probably this exhaust pipe.
Yeah. Water getting slung up on there.
But anyhow, what we're here today to talk about is this radiator up here. So what we're gonna do, you can see where the fluid level is right there. Now I had this topped off and it was low. Usually it doesn't just evaporate, not in that short period of time. So I'm guessing there's a small leak. If anything, when it was about a 97 degrees outside, this thing would raise a couple bars on the temperature gauge. Well, it's not specific. It just has normal, which is about a range about this wide. Well, when it's cool, it was just dead center. But when it got up to 97, it raised up a couple bars while I was on the highway. So that's what made me think maybe it's getting low. And you can see where full cold is way up here. And I already added probably this much to it. So we're gonna swap out the radiator and oh wait, look right there.
Oh boy.
There's a small leak. You can see it. If you can see that green that's right there. You know, it's an old radiator. So the aluminum 3-core that SV's equipping this with should make it run considerably cooler. This is the original clutch or original fan blade, but we did change the clutch fan on it.
No, we did throw LED headlights in this while you guys were gone, so.
Yeah, we can show you that when we get the car back down. So let's start by draining this out. I want to do it kind of slow so we don't get a mess everywhere. We're going to try to reuse this stuff because this stuff isn't very old.
No.
Whatever we can of it, anyhow.
Alrighty, just to show you guys that it's on the ground now, and this is how low it is. It's pretty low, and we didn't take that much out, so.
Yeah, and you can see how calcified, if you look at the fins in there, how calcified those fins are, meaning they're not transferring heat very well considering it's got all that calcium on there. So I don't know if at one time it's like someone put water in it. The water, if you're going to mix water with antifreeze, because I could have bought, that's the antifreeze for the wife's 68. I could have bought straight antifreeze that you have to mix water with. Do it with distilled water. There's no minerals in it, so it's not going to create rust.
So now we're going to go back up.
So you can get the rest of it out.
Yeah. Yep.
The wheels on this thing suck. Need to do something about that. Add wheels that turn all the way around or something.
Yeah.
Ouch. I think we were a little bit lower than we were last time.
Yeah.
I hit my head on nothing. Maybe we should have up one more click.
Maybe. Maybe. That's better. Alright. Now it's draining a little faster.
Look at splashing.
Yeah.
Save it. You could take a rag,
Yeah.
wad it up and throw it there, and it absorbs the spittle effect, basically.
Oh.
Any of you men out there probably had this problem when you go to the urinal. You're standing in front of a urinal and you're peeing and it's splashing out of the urinal and hitting you in the feet. So they put those little fancy cakes in the bottom to keep from splashing on you. So, same effect. I don't feel like having that stuff in my face. Definitely not the other. So we'll get back with you as soon as this is done draining.
Well, the car is draining. We are going to come over to the radiator and unbox that.
Now, believe me, folks, I wanted to keep the original. I may still have it repaired once we figure out where the leak is. Just because I like things to be as original as possible, but I also don't want to have a radiator blow out on me in the middle of the highway. That wouldn't be much fun either. All right, buddy, I'm going to slide this back. Can you hold that back?
Yeah.
I don't want to touch the fins. You don't want to bend your fins. Obstructs airflow that way. Alright. I don't want to land this on the fins, so be careful. I need to get a razor blade, I think. Maybe. I don't know if I did this. Razor blade. From what I've been reading and watching on YouTube videos, this should fit right in. For the original hardware. And honestly, you probably won't notice much of it, except that it's aluminum.
That's pretty cool looking. What?
These.
Oh.
This is supposed to be for a manual transmission.
Oh, for the transmission lines.
Well, we don't need transmission lines.
That's
it's manual.
true. It is for a manual.
So it might be for something else. We'll have to go look at that radiator now. So one thing that sucks about that for us is if it had been one for a manual, it wouldn't have had these routed through the through this.
And it would have had more space for the engine coolant.
Exactly, we'd have had more cooling. That sucks. But it is what it is.
Yep.
Actually, you know what? Technically, this should be separate from the antifreeze. You shouldn't have to do anything with that.
Really?
Yeah. I'll prove my point in a second.
Okay.
Because, if you think about it, your transmission lines, if you ran them through a radiator, you'd have radiator fluid in the transmission, right? So there's a
separate reservoir.
Yeah, and to prove that, we took this off. And you plug this one. Not going anywhere.
No.
So where's the rubber things going? Let's stick those back in.
All right.
Oh, you can't. All right. Let's see how this is coming. It's still going. Well, we'll come back to you folks when this is stopped draining, because it's going to take a little while out of this little tiny hole. And eventually we'll get some more here when we remove this hose. But whatever we can get out now, it's going to just be less we're wearing later when we try to take it out the rest of the way.
So, a quick little sidebar. While the car is draining, the Silverado looks a little bit different since it has last been on camera. And that is due to the fact that I have removed the fender flares. And just to show you that I am not hiding any rust, well, I wasn't hiding any rust, and this thing is ridiculously solid. I also put this cool plate on the front, and let's see what else. I put an exhaust tip on it. I gotta tighten up the screws again, but yeah. No rust anywhere on this truck.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and shut this petcock down. It's just dripping, drizzling a little bit. And then we'll go over here and we'll pull the hose. I already loosened the clamp. Made sure the hose would move. If you're doing this for the first time on an old car, good luck to you. It's not gonna move very easy. And they make tools for that, which we have one of, which I'm hoping we don't need to use on this. So, let's see if she slides back. Move this out of the way just so I knock her off. Grab a hold of that, give her a twist. You gotta kind of be careful you don't ruin a good radiator. There we go. I had some sludge in the bottom of it. I wonder if someone put some fix leak in this.
Some what now?
That's this stuff called stop leak.
Oh.
Some people used to put pepper in a radiator.
Oh.
Because it would swell up and possibly grow holes.
Oh.
Brown stuff that came out. I know I didn't put any brown antifreeze in this when we did it.
No.
We never pulled the radiator before.
Right.
So that was down in the radiator, whatever's there. And the fact that it started leaking, and although very, very slow, absolutely unnoticeable other than I was noticing it was starting to get warm. But see how it's brown? I don't know if you can see that against with the white in the background.
Oh yeah, I can
it's
see it, but I
staining.
don't know about the camera.
Well, look at the paper stuff staining it brown. Stop leak, it's called Bars Stop Leak. Probably an okay product, I don't know. But it was made to get you through an emergency, a minor leak, but it would gum up the works. Not something that is a proper way to fix it. Let's try to...
Fix it flat, but for a radiator.
Yeah. Proper ways to fix it, not patch it. But it gets you through a moment in time. And that's all it was really designed to do. And if you put too much of it in it, you could just plug up every water jacket in the vehicle, and eventually you were sitting on the side of the road anyways with a blown motor. So, but if it got you to the repair shop, then you could replace the radiator, put new antifreeze in it, and call it a day.
Yep.
All right. Well, what I'm gonna do
Hose
now
number one.
is I'm gonna stuff this hose in that, or this paper towel in this hose. Slow that dripping down, so I don't have to get this crap all over the floor. And we're gonna pull this out of the way and lower it down. Careful, it's got antifreeze in it. Let's see if we're gonna reuse this or not.
Oh.
I bought this hoping we could reuse this stuff because, you know, thinking green and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
That does not look like very clear antifreeze to me.
No.
So, we'll probably take that to the proper disposal place instead of putting it back in the car.
Yeah.
Alright, let me take these out of here. Might need them up top. This one went dead on us.
I think that was everything. Alright.
You gotta love magnets on things, folks. I mean, you can see we hang a lot of stuff on this lift. Glove holders, paper towel holders, lights.
Oops.
It's kind of a catch-all. Alright, stand back.
Okay. We also put LED headlights in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll get the rest of these before that.
Ooh. What's in? I think we kept the fog lights there. Yeah.
14.
So those help us see a little bit better in the day or in the nighttime.
Yeah, they're much better than the originals. So she's not a, this work, but it's not a metric. You know what? Let's not pull this off here.
No?
We still gotta pull that fan.
Oh, that's right.
This will help hold it back while we're doing it. Get some more light over here.
So there's, let's see, 1, 2, and probably 2 more underneath, which would probably be easier to get to if it was lifted up.
What's that about? Should be fine.
Yeah. Guess I've done it before when we replaced the fan clutch. What?
It all over pretty quick.
Uh-oh.
So what was it? 7/16?
Something like that.
Let's try a 7/16 and 3/8 just for joking's sake. Alright folks, on this you can't just pull the radiator out, you know, that'd be too simple. I mean, we might be able to, honestly, if we were to just loosen these 2 top bolts and tilt the fan shroud back, because I think that's just stuck in the bottom of that. Let's try it with that. Worst that happens, we just bolt it back together.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to take that clutch fan off, or at least the blade, and remove the fan shroud together, as there's no room for either separately. I don't know how many of you own Fox bodies, but if I'm telling you something, you already know them. Yeah, sorry. There's a lot of other Chevy lovers out there like myself that didn't know this stuff without watching a bunch of YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Like you guys are doing. So don't be haters. Okay, so there is 2 screws down there. Nope. It just sits in there.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't think it's going to lift up past the fan. So, well, it was worth a try.
Oh, well.
Oh, the fun part, getting my big meat hooks in there.
Okay. Ta-da! No hands.
Look at that. That is an original Fox setup.
With a brand new fan clutch.
Yeah, the clutch clutch is new, but the fans OG. Let's set that right there. We redid the front rotors today too, because I had them turned and they didn't turn them enough, and it was chewing up the new pads. So.
Okay. So.
Take these out. Yeah, here. You want to get the impact with a 5/16 bit. That would have been nice of a shorty. Alright. Give it a little twist. Slide this back. There could be some fluid here, I'm hoping not. Because gravity should have done its job. Yeah, there's a little there. But we'll just put it through more. And it'll end up coming out that hose down. Alright, so get these out the rest of the way. And we should have the radiator out. Okay. So stubborn. Alright, let's see if she'll come out.
It will.
Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how I'm keeping it tilted in one direction. So I'm going to walk over here. You can see now where it was leaking. It's that green stuff. Looks like it was leaking up here. I'm going all the way down there. Probably on one of these seams, and it might be able to be repaired. It has to be way up there. Why don't we do that? Rest that crap out here. Since that's going to get recycled, they don't need it all over the floor.
No.
Tell you what, grab that knob and let's lower that down. Or we knock it down by accident and regret it. One more. There you go, take it out. rest of this side here. See all that poopy stuff coming out? When I used to stock car race, I'd use water. This water's cheap. You get hot a lot and, you know, blow it off. Maybe ruin a head gasket. Didn't want it to catch on fire. You'd get a lot of rust coming out.
Yeah.
Because I was El Cheapo, didn't want to spend, you know, $4 or $5 a gallon for distilled water.
Oh, just, yeah, okay.
I would still use water.
Alright, so now we're going to put the radiator in.
Dip this guy on first. Load the battery box. You know, landing those insulators, but sure don't look like it's going to hit them. Nope. Okay, that one's on. This one over here is not going to land in there for some reason. It's close. But I think it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Now, the hold downs. The next big thing to see if that works. Well, it looks like SBE thought of a couple things. One thing I would have probably thought is maybe get this away from the wiring harness so it's easy to get the cap off.
Yeah.
That's gonna suck, but maybe we'll fit forward. What was that?
I'm guessing the hammer shifting on the toolbox.
Is that the pole barn ghost?
Oh, the one that throws all our tools all over?
Yeah, never puts them back in the toolbox.
So,
Borrows your tools in the middle of the night, and then when you come out to find something, you can't find it. I've been blaming him for years for that, but now I'm starting to think there's a ghost out here.
see?
So
I've been framed.
I apologize. Yeah,
that's not right.
Well.
Huh. That's not supposed to be like that.
Well, with those damn loose, you probably have to bend these brackets down or something. That's not even on it.
Wow.
Probably the only reason it's holding as tight as it is. Now it's hitting up here before it can tighten down here.
Yeah.
So, what we could do is tweak that down a little bit. It's called fit and finish, folks. Fit and finish. We're going to make this fit so we can be finished with it. So we got to bring her down, well, not too much. As soon as you tighten it, that's when it wants to come off. See?
Yeah.
It's very close. So we're just going to bend this just a skosh. And a skosh is a northern Michigan term for a little bit, in case you didn't know. I'm going to take it over to this fancy vise we got. So we've hidden under this stuff so no one will want to take it. That's our story, we're sticking to it. And rather than completely destroy the look of this beautifully painted powder coated thing, I do have some jaws around here somewhere that are magnetic.
They were hidden.
See, keep those away from thieves. And these are rubberized on the surface, and they go right here.
Clink.
Wilton vise. We got lucky with this one. They are not cheap. At least this one isn't. I'm going to tweak this downward. So I'm just going to set it in there. I'm not going to tighten it in there. We also have a metal brake, but this I don't think will fit in there very well. It's called just a skosh. See how that fits. Why don't we do ourselves a favor.
And move that.
Take this down so we don't knock it down. So we're going to take the recycle. And we'll move that oil jug back where you had it.
Oh, what's that?
It was sitting right there.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
This would be a great time to clean that dirt out of there.
Yeah.
Just where's that sprayer? Let's get a little bit of it on the big pot. Come on. Come on. There you go. We're just going to get this dirt out of here. I'm going to soften it up a little bit. I'm not going to grind it in. That's been on there a while. It's the details, everybody. It's just little details. That somebody probably took the time to wipe this car down at one point. He and I at one point, actually.
Yeah.
And all it takes is earth to mess with you. It's not like we take this down rainy, dirty, muddy roads. We do take it down dirt road, though. I don't have much choice.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see if we can get that on there. And that should secure it pretty good now.
Oh, it's the next day now. Because the camera died right after we rated the difficulty, it is all back together now. We did take it for a drive up to the car wash and washed all the stuff out. We did run into a couple problems, such as because this radiator is so thick, it shoved the rad hose into the alternator and it spun a hole into the radiator hose. It wasn't much of a hole, it was just a sort of a slice that didn't go all the way through. We made a temporary repair with electrical tape, so we got that all sorted out.
Yeah, it's thin there. This is a high temp hose. It's silicone. As you can see, because the radiator is thicker, it shoved the hose back. That's why it's got that strange angle on it. So I ordered a new hose, and what I'm going to do is shorten it, which will bring it forward, which will also push this out, because right now it's pulled in. So if you're doing this, you're going to want to keep that in mind. Be easier to trim this side, because this side is the same size all the way through. This side has a flare on it. Also,
Antifreeze.
you will want to burp the antifreeze. Because these radiators sit below this hose, so if you see the hose sits higher than this, you get an air pocket in it. So when I started it up to check for leaks, let it warm up, the temperature climbed up to the high range because there's so much air in the engine. So I let it cool. And then letting it cool, it pulled all the fluids back in the engine, and then topped it off, started it up again, let it run up temperature, let it cool, did that a few times, and then pretty soon it was circulating fluid through it. And then I had a funnel in there. It's a sealable funnel so that you can burp air. The problem is, once the thermostat opened, it pushed the extra antifreeze right out of the top of it and all over the floor. So you can see where I had to put dry soak stuff down to collect it up. And we took it, and it's running. I don't know, you want to get a thing of the temperature gauge?
Sure. So if we go around to the instrument panel.
Alright, you see this gauge on the lower left here? That's your temperature gauge on a Fox body, at least this model. Before we changed the radiator, when I thought there might be an issue, it would normally run between the M and the R. I don't know if you can see that or not, if we're close enough. Once we changed the radiator, we took it for a ride. It stayed pretty much about where it is, and it would climb up to just below the M, and then drop back down to where it is. So it was cycling every time the fan would kick on. It would cool right down, and it would slowly warm back up to that spot and cool back down. So it's functioning a lot better, much cooler, and it's not leaking. So that's a benefit. I was concerned about the petcock plug, because like I say, when we got it, I could unscrew it by hand, just grab it with my fingers. So the factory either didn't tighten it, so you'll want to check that if you get one. And I used pipe dope and Teflon tape. Factory just used Teflon tape because pipe dope's a sealant, and it sealed. And now you can see in our bottle here, put this down here so you can see the color of the fluid right through there. Can you see the green?
Nope.
All right, let me turn this up brighter. Can you see how it's nice and green now?
Oh, there we go. That's better.
Where before it was brown, now it's got nice clean antifreeze throughout the block. It's gonna make it last longer. There's no water, just what was mixed in from the factory. Because I'm pretty certain that was probably the original antifreeze from the day this thing was built, because it had such low mileage on it. I doubt the original owners flushed the system. And in a nutshell, there you go. It's running better. It was running higher idle, and I think that's possible because the thermostat switch wasn't in liquid all of the time. So it was reading the temperature of the block, not the temperature of the antifreeze. And then the computer automatically adjusts around the air temperature that's going through the intake and the fluid temperature running through the engine to help adjust the idle. Now it's idling around 850 to 900. It was idling as high as 2000 RPMs when we'd stop at a stoplight. And that's pretty much about it. I mean, it was not as difficult. I mean, oh, I also readjusted these bad boys here. So because this is a narrower spot, the mount on this radiator, I took this over the vise and bent this end in, and the tab in the back in, and flipped this rubber grommet around because it's thicker here, and that still can move a little bit, which you want, but it's solid. It's not going anywhere. Where before it would slop around. So you may have to do some minor adjustments and tweaks to the things to get it to hold.
So yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you check out all of our other content, and
Tell a friend.
yeah, spread the word. Like the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel, it's free. And I'll see you in the next video.